Leah, it's too early for a glass of wine, but I raise my tea to you, my dear. Congratulations. For our viewers, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check our Monday video. Our dear Thursday girl has quite an announcement. Hey guys, Victoria here, back from New York, and I'm going to talk to you this week about the hardest kind of scenes for me personally to write. We got this topic a while back in the Rebels, and we were trying to discuss our week plan, so I've had a little while to think about it. But the very first thing that came to mind is still, I think, for me, the truest. And that's that, for me, the hardest kind of scenes to write are ones involving death or loss. And I think it's because, in order to write an emotional scene, be it a good emotion or a negative emotion or a difficult emotion, you have to really experience it alongside your characters. You have to understand what they're going through, and you really have to internalize it and feel it alongside them so that you can make sure that the scene is authentic. I honestly believe that. And so every time I have to write a loss scene, I have to sit there and I have to experience it alongside my characters. Generally, more times than my characters have to experience it as I rewrite it and recraft it. And I think that it's incredibly draining and difficult to experience that kind of thing over and over again. They often end up being my favorite scenes or my strongest scenes because I am really, really dedicated to making sure that they are authentic and that they're genuine, but it doesn't mean that they're easy for me to write. So, I mean, and I think it's because, I'm obviously, don't want to think about losing a loved one and then to sit there and go through it with my characters. I don't ever want to just, brush the surface. I want to make sure that even if they don't talk about it very much, I understand what they're going through. And I think it's the same with the happier scenes, too. Obviously the kissing scenes are more fun to write, and the action scenes are really fun to write, and you want to make sure that each of the scenes is authentic in its own right. But for me, the most difficult ones to make authentic are the death or the loss scenes, because I have to experience the loss alongside my characters for a little while. So I'll take the first page and the last page, and I'll take all that slow stuff in between, Courtney, and I'll take every moment in the book, but the ones that I don't dread, but that I get anxious about writing are the ones involving death or loss because of that. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this week's post so far. Tomorrow, Leia will be back with her take.